I'm not someone to come out to criticize or talk ill about men of God, but when we see the truth, let's say it. You see that statement made by Pastor Tunde Bakare that Mohbad died as a result of what he sowed is a very cruel statement to make. It's really coming from a parent and a pastor. With due respect, sir, it is not good. Research has shown that we have more wayward pastors' children. Like, so many persons have come to agree that pastors' children are very, very wayward. Do you agree with that? I think I also agree with that because, you see, the first 14 years of my life was spent in Deeper Life. I grew up in Deeper Life, and as such, I have seen a lot of Deeper Life pastors' children. They are nothing to write home about. Like, they are sheep at home and wolves outside. You see, there's a particular one then, whenever we are going to school, she has powder, makeup, lip gloss. That I'm talking about JSS1 in her bag. So when we're going to school on our way, she'll make us drop the powder and we'll put the lip gloss on our lips. And when we're coming back home, we quickly, clean everything and wipe it off so that they will not know at all. So not just that, for you to be a worker in Deeper Life then, as I then when I was still attending Deeper Life, you must be very holy. You can't just be a worker. You must have attained some, certain level of holiness. Our watchword is holiness, sanctification. In fact, Jesus only is our message. That is what we preach. To even join children choir, it's an Herculean task. So, my pastor's children then, I usually look up to them as very, very holy. Like, they are very, very holy. But when I saw what they are capable of when they are not in church, that is when I knew that not all that call me God will enter the kingdom of heaven at the end of the day, truly. When I was in university, by that time, I had already joined Redeem. I happened to meet one of my pastors then in Deeper Life on campus. We exchanged pleasantries and then we greeted each other. I was in a drama group called Faith Motivators, and we usually have a night vigils like every third week of the month to pray and make agenda for the next month. So while we were praying in one of those night vigils, I saw somebody come inside the church. Whenever we talk at interval, then we raise prayer points. When it was time for us to raise prayer points, this person will run out of the church. When we're talking, this person will come back. I noticed that, and it was suspicious to me. So I noticed that first time, second time, third time. The next prayer point we raised, she ran out again, and I ran after her. I think my colleagues were confused. They ran after us, and then I held her. I dragged her back to the church. When I looked at her face, I was like, this was my pastor's daughter in Deeper Life then. And then I said, I know you. I saw you so there on campus, and then we greeted each other and said, why are you running? Why is that whenever we are praying, you are running out of the church? So I was like, some children are beating her. No. They are choking her pin. They are choking pin, or they carry broom and beat her. What are you talking about? It's just us here. There are no children here. She said, no. Look at them. She was just, behaving like she was possessed that day. We started praying. In fact, I had to go and call the president of the church. We prayed and prayed. That was how she started confessing that she did abortion. She did 4 abortions, like 4 good abortions. Did first one, did second one, did third one, did fourth one. In fact, this time I was talking about, it was around July. And then she said she committed the abortion by February. And this last one she did was twin, that of a twin. And guess what? It was a brother in that same Deeper Life that was impregnating her. Same person, no. Now, this lady I'm talking about is a pastor's daughter. The father might know, the father might not know. At least there are some that I know that they know what their children are doing, but they choose to keep quiet. But they are always so quick at judging other people's children. There was a deepness too in my church then, even in Redeem, my hometown. There are ladies, single ladies who always get impregnated. She will always talk about them. She will want to broadcast about them. In fact, they will call them in the church, take disciplinary action against them, give them suspension and all. She will be very happy. She will front everything. At the end of the day, her daughter got impregnated and this woman was mute. Like, she was mute. Not just that, another of my pastor too, the son impregnated somebody. Impregnated somebody. It was not even up to a year. The son died. And it was the son that the late son gave birth to that is staying with this woman. So many pastors, in fact, I can go on and on and on. If you know what these pastors' children do, you'll be surprised. And I know you know a lot of pastors' children like this too. Take for an instance, Pastor E.A. Adeboye, popular Pastor E.A. Adeboye. His son, Pastor Leke Adeboye, when he was giving testimony about his life, he told us how wayward he was. He goes clubbing, he goes partying, drinking, high every now and then. He told us the stories by himself. But funny thing, I have never heard Pastor E.A. Adeboye criticize people's children on TV or even while preaching sermon, talking ill about people's children. As a parent, you don't rejoice at other people's misfortune. You are supposed to give advice, for crying out loud. Sir, I am not teaching you, sir. But sir, what I expect you to do was to advise youths to be careful so as not to fall into such trap again. What happened to Mohbad is not something anybody should wish for anybody. It is not. But it happened, it has happened. So you're supposed to give advice to youth, not criticizing Mohbad, not saying Mohbad reaped what he sowed. He was drinking and smoking with evil people, and now he reaped what he sowed. So many pastors' children have done worse than Mohbad did, but they did not die. So does that mean they are not reaping what they have sown? Does that mean their own karma is still waiting for them at the front? No. This is just an unfortunate incident that had happened. As a man of God, as a father, as a parent, I believe you're supposed to be there as a father figure and as a father in the Lord to advise youth, the young adults, to be careful not to fall into the same trap or to stay away from such life, not saying Mohbad reaped what he sowed. No, sir. It is very wrong, sir. Shalom.